Hello, and welcome to the Provider's Account walkthrough for a personal account. This video is for individuals who are creating a personal account because they'll be working under an already established business provider account. So, if you're a tutor joining a center like Kumon or Mathnasium, or a licensed therapist joining a group practice, and you're not creating your own business profile account, then this video is for you. All right, before we begin, make sure to review these highlighted service categories on our service category chart, as this video is specifically for these categories that require a personal account. Also, be sure to review the external guides for each category you are interested in providing to ensure you have all your documentation ready and accessible. After reviewing all of this and all that's done, we'll go ahead and get started. Now, the first thing you're going to do is go to stepupforstudents.org. Sometimes you'll see a pop-up box show up. You're just going to click outside of that box, and next we're going to go to the Apply/Login button. From that drop-down, you will click Login. Now, this is the website that you will use every time you're looking to log into your EMA account, or as we call it, Education Market Assistant. Now, once you're there, you're going to click Don't Have an Account, Sign Up. And be sure to remember not to bookmark this link because sometimes that does cause issues logging in or delaying the process of login. Once you're at the Create Account section, you're going to use an email address that you have never used in our EMA platform before. Once you enter that email address, be sure to scroll down and click the I'm not a robot box. Then click Send Code. Once you get to this screen, you're going to select Service Provider because this account is strictly for your provider's access. Next, you'll create a username and password. This part is important, and we recommend that you write down or securely have the username and password for future login. As you continue, you'll be asked a series of security questions and prompted to enter required information. Once the information is entered, you'll click Continue. Now, you will be in the Step 2 verification section where you will enter a phone number. Once you've completed this section and received your authentication code, you're all set to move on to the next part of onboarding. Once you're logged in, you'll notice there's a short quiz that helps guide you toward which type of account to create. For now, we're going to skip this quiz and we're going to start with the personal account. An acknowledgement statement box will pop up. Click the box and select Continue. Now that you've logged in and are beginning to fill out your personal profile information, we're going to start with a brief description of the services that you're looking to render. Next, you'll fill out mailing and physical address. However, if the addresses are the same, you're able to click this little box and it will automate the physical address for you. Then you're going to click here whether your services are going to be in person or online or virtual. Now keep in mind to check our checklist to verify if the service category you're providing does allow for the option of online and virtual. Again, you can click down at the bottom whether your sessions will be group sessions or individual or both. Once you're done filling out this page, you'll click Save. Next, we'll go to your personal dashboard section. This is a great checklist to help you guide what areas you've completed and which ones you still have to finalize. So the next step we're going to go to is Add Service Offering. Once you're here, you'll click Add a Service, and we'll begin filling out this information based on the service category you're looking to provide. Again, be sure to review what documentation you'll have to upload for each service category. Some of our services do require specific credentials, so be sure to check that checklist. Once you're done with this section, you'll click Submit. When you see that your service has been submitted, this means it's been sent to our processors for review and verification, and you will receive an email notifying you when your review is complete. Once your services are approved, you can then move on to the next steps. Now that you have been all approved, you need to link your personal account to that already established business account. To do that, you're going to click on your left sidebar, click Businesses, and then you are going to type the name of the business in your search box that you would like to join. Once you type that in, you'll click Search, and be sure to locate the correct business account. Once you select it, you'll click Request. After you've requested this, that business would then go into their business profile under Service Providers and accept you to join their business. At this point, you have completed your personal account. Keep in mind, you can also be part of multiple established businesses with your personal account. And if you ever decide to create your own business profile as well, you can check out our separate video that walks you through setting up both a business and a personal account. Thank you for joining us today.
If you need additional support at any point, Step Up for Students is here to help. Our team is available Monday through Friday, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. You can connect with us in the way that works best for you. Chat with us anytime at sufs.org, call us, or email our team at providerdevelopment@sufs.org. And as always, thank you for watching.